Okay, so do you want to jump into it?
Okay.
I think this is the first.
Spy master of the Tower of London is like friends with her dad.
Is the spy
And-
master cute?
No.
Oh. It's a sexy name. It's a sexy name. I got excited. Please continue.
He was like, they have like their, union. And he just like, Lord Nathaniel.
I know you can't even say his name without like.
I can't. And
Yeah.
like Nathaniel.
Yeah,
But
just like that.
It
Totally
was-
normal way to say a man's name. Is a pixie named Jenks. He's only supposed to be like 4 inches tall, but he's got more fight in like all 4 inches of him than either Rachel or Ivy have in themselves. He lives in like their backyard with his family, which is his wife, and then his like 30 kids. Because they're still technically like bugs.
That's so cute. Oh, like I feel like a lot of thought went into this.
Right? Yes, it's so good.
I remember when You've Got Mail came out.
Oh my God.
It was like,
sorry.
I know, I'm old.
Sometimes you just say things like that and I'm like,
yeah. So I love hobbits. They're like my favorite.
yes.
Like there's definitely a girl who loves elves most. And I'm the Hobbit girl. Like I just really love the Hobbit. Low key would just go to the library and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh God, I had back when forums were a thing. I was on a Lord of the Rings forum. I submitted the only fan fiction I've ever written in my life.
I love that.
To
I absolutely
a
love that.
website called Henneth Anun. It's HENNETH-ANUN. And it was literally just about the hobbits finding mushrooms. I told Milo, I said, okay, we're talking about Two Towers today. What should we talk about? And he's like, well, this is the one that has all of the lines in it. It's got, they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. And what do your elven eyes see?
And potatoes.
And taters precious.
Yes.
And meat's back on the menu, boys. Like,
Which, how do they even know what a menu is?
I know. Tell me about it. Like stupid, like action moments that like Legolas has and stuff sometimes, where you're like, okay, like, is this a superhero movie or is this like, you know what I mean? And that's
like,
the
I'm
thing.
already on 17. Like,
Yeah. There's that scene where Legolas like getting on the horse and he like doesn't take eye contact off of the camera. Like, Jesus Christ.
he just swings around, and I'm like, okay, I get that he might be physically capable of doing this theoretically, but this is a horse in the middle of running.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that he also put absolutely no force,
but also
his like bullying.
It reminded me of like a mechanical ride.
Oh God.
You know, like it doesn't look ergonomic. Like sound. Like he's just kind of like,
especially because they do it like slow-mo.
Like, yeah.
Like I think it's like
so it shows it so much worse. Well, this one has a few lines as well. This has the "What say you?"
Yeah.
Because I mean, how many times does Aragorn like raise his voice? Not very often. Only when he's being king.
Yes. King Aragorn does raise his voice. This also has the "and Rohan will answer," which every time he says it, like, I tear, I cry, because it's like it brings up the same kind of like, I can't, like, overwhelmingness, if that's a word, that like I get
the sublime.
a little bit. Like I'm so excited at the prospect of like what's to come now of his firmness in their treaty.
Yeah. Hey, shall we talk about the Saints?
Yes.
They were super cool.
They were.
I have a feeling, obviously, you really love Juris.
Yes.
But Grigory was super cool.
His little bear cub on wheels. I want one. Like,
yeah,
it looked like in my head Do you remember the toy monstrosities from Toy Story 1 that the neighborhood made?
Yeah, Sid.
Yes, Sid. That's kind of what I imagined in my head was like a teddy bear, except like on a axle and wheels. Just
Yeah. Yeah. Someone was talking, like some, you know, person from another country or whatever, and it was like getting too like specific and like stuff, and then like Jenya just like kicks him from under the table, and I just like, oh, I can't talk diplomacy. We must have more sorbet. Like it was just like,
yeah.
it was comical.
Trying to get this like poor son of a school teacher
Yeah.
to sound like a king. At the same time, you're getting Nikolai's point of view, and he's like, they never would have set up somebody to fake to be me.
Yeah.
They didn't have the time.
Yeah.
As like they're already like knee deep in this lie.
Yeah.
It's done for.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love the way that he like weaves what would typically be like insulting things to call a woman, but you know that if he were to say it to her face, she'd also love it. Well, she loves to know that she strikes fear into the hearts of men.
Literally verbatim to what he described her at the beginning of the first book.
Okay.
And I'm gonna find it.
Okay.
And we'll come back to it because I do have a bookmarked.
That's actually because there are a couple of things, and I'll name them from the top of my head while you look. More than
here
once.
It is.
Okay, go ahead.
Out really well. I mean, Han was just like, this is the only way forward.
Yeah.
And she was able to just step right into it because it was so natural for her too. What did he say? Like something was different, like his jawline or his voice was lower.
Lips. It was his lips.
Oh, his lips. Because remember when she was like, keep the lips.
Leave the lips.
Leave the lips. Yep.
Because Nikolai is like, oh, that must be King Rasmus or Prince Rasmus. He's of average height for a Fjerdan man, except he's got rather full lips.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that's an interesting point to make there, Nikolai.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure Joran knows.
I hope he does, because if he's the bodyguard, like he can just be like their bodyguard.
Right? Yeah. The problem comes when, for one reason or another, ooh. I feel like we have to leave that. I can't talk about like, I know like we can't talk about like hiding part of yourself and then just like cut out a part of me like half burping. It popped up. I ate a whole Chipotle bowl earlier in my defense. Oh God, where was I?
Yeah, I love when you adjust your glasses. You're like, where was I?
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to jump into it?
Okay.
I think this is the first time with one of like Armandchild's books that you're actually possibly more excited than I am.
Me?
Yeah.
Really? Oh yeah.
I mean, like I'm no, really excited.
That's very true because
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think I'm a bit more muted than you are right now.
Jennifer, like Jen.
She did it.
My girl, she did it.
She did it.
It was amazing. I'm like, you don't even know her.
Are you a little Twitter-pated?
I'm a little Twitter-pated. I'm like trembling. I'm so excited. It was just great. I enjoyed every minute of it. Evidently.
Yeah, she's just a mortal who's been like stuffed with godly power.
Yeah. I literally was like a shadow in the ember. like who's the shadow? Going in the ember. So, I'm sorry, my head was definitely in the gutter for about 24 hours. And I can't get out. It has to be.
Their sex scene. Okay, no, we can't get to that yet.
We will, yeah.
We will get to that, but if we do that now, we won't stop.
Yeah.
I completely lost my train of thought. So he's talking about like the night that they all decided like let's write scary stories together when they were out in
Geneva.
Thank you, Geneva. Um, I was gonna say Genovia.
Yep.
Thank you.
God, please.
I would still argue that like it's Frankenstein's fault because it's like a byproduct of his experiment.
I mean, it's
But
all
I think
his fault.
oh yeah, God, he is the monster. Like I remember
I mean,
seeing this Tumblr
yeah.
post where it's like Frankenstein's not the monster, Frankenstein's the doctor. And it's like, well, if you read it, Frankenstein technically is the monster. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I was just horny or like the book does lull a bit. Like after like Kathy dies, you're like, okay, the stars of the show are like now like gone.
Yeah.
And now what? Like, and so, but it
everyone's so calm.
I know. Yeah. There's no theatrics.
Where's the drama? Yeah.
Really enjoyed Harriton and Kathy together.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I was just horny or like
okay.
It felt kind of like a romance in that way.
Yeah, for them.
Like she describes Harriton as being like attractive and like Catherine as being like sought after. Even Lockwood's like, I fell in love with her. Like, okay, buddy. Like it's like you saw
like, did you not hear the story?
I know.
Were you not here? Were we not hearing the same thing here?
Yeah.
Too dumb. Yes or no? How did you feel about Carden's tale?
Oh. I
like that, like, we don't really get it until like Jude is talking about it, like wiggling under his shirt, which was oddly phallic.
Oh yeah. It is phallic because there's like a tuft of hair at the end. Like it's not even like
don't.
It's not even like a manly tail. Like it's kind of quite like he's kind of
the first things that I ever saw online about this were about his tail. And I think that's one of the reasons that like I avoided it for a little while.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for a tail, you guys. I love the tail. I think the tail actually adds points. Thank you.
Okay. Niktos, Carden, Nikolai.
Interesting.
Yeah. Niktos. Obviously.
I feel like we don't even have to really explain it.
I don't even have to explain why. Like,
yeah. If you've read the book, you know.
Yeah,
you
no.
know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And there's something about Carden yet. Like, yeah, he's an asshole, but like, I'm kind of holding out for like, are you just like so not into the tale? Are you trying to kill me? Okay. Nectus and Jadis, I really like their role. Just very aware of like everyone's bodily needs and like can smell things and stuff. I just think it's so cute.
He's a very
I smell rot. I smell infection. Gross.
I can smell arousal.
Yeah. That's a good like marriage partner. Someone who's just like he's there in the room, licking wounds and making sure people eat and telling them they smell like cum.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So
I mean, you know, he's looking out for everyone. I like that. He's like the Nelly.
I was gonna say that.
Someone who's like really close. I like that. Our voices shake.
Quivering.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The only reason I'm putting Sarah at the bottom is because something out of her control, but it's because she was like meant to assassinate Niktos. I think she still needs to be punished for that. And if he has to do the punishing, that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
As long as we get to read it.
Read that. That's fine. We'll read it. We'll read him punishing her.
I am going to put in a request that instead of villains, we do our top dads.
Yes, I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. Feel free to add any more that you'd like. What?
I just love that dads is a category for us.
I think it'd be dishonest with myself if we didn't include it.